All right, welcome to the webinar. My name is Heidi Brislin, and I am here to share with you some really fun activities to work on teaching core vocabulary to your AAC users, and they're called the Power Word 16. It is one of the most fun and effective programs I've used with my students and teams, so I am super excited to share it with you. So our objectives today is that you'll know what the 16 words are. You'll be able to come up with a couple of activities at least to teach the word, and you'll be able to come up with a way to incorporate this into your classroom activities. So a little bit about me. I work 1 day a week for SETC. For the other 4 days a week, I am the new assistive technology specialist in the Edmonds School District, and I'm super excited about that. My husband and I have 2 children. Our son, who in 2019 graduated from George Washington University, who's currently working on a campaign in Montana, and our daughter, who had the fortune or misfortune to be a senior in high school this summer, during this COVID year. And then we have our silly dogs, Hermie, the corgi looking one, and Finley. I'm an occupational therapist. This is, I think, going on my 18th year in the schools, and I have worked with students from pre-K to 21, so I feel like I have a really good understanding of that whole gamut of where they start and where they need to end up, and so that's kind of how I approach everything with my students. My passions are helping these kids with complex bodies and complex communication needs, gain literacy, communication, and mobility skills. So we're going to talk about why teach core vocabulary, and please feel free to pop any questions as we go along up into the chat, and Sari is on here with me and she'll be helping me out monitoring the chat. So core vocabulary, it's universal. Core lines up with the Dolch words that are many of the K2 sight words. So if you're looking at, pairing this in with literacy, there's a really good connection. Our kids can be learning core words the same times their kids are learning the gen ed kids are learning their sight words. So we can be learning to communicate, read, write. They can learn all those skills together. They're the most frequently used words in the written language. And, the beauty of them is that they're conceptual and they're flexible, and you can use them to describe things, and you're not stuck in what I call noun town. So you can use these words for a variety of purposes. Most of them are not nouns, across contexts and with different communication partners. So they're just a really great way to give our kids with complex communication needs, a way to really make all their needs and wants known. So what are the Power 16 words? So this is a curriculum that was developed by Deidre Dobbels. And if you ever have the opportunity to hear her speak, she presents with Kelly Keys and is amazing. And what she did is she went and looked for what were the most powerful vocabulary words. And so she came up with the most powerful 16 and then developed this really fun curriculum where you learn these words through repetitive, engaging, and scaffolded activities. By the time you go through a lesson for each word, you have modeled that word at least 100 times, maybe 200. So it is super exciting. In my group last year, when we started using it, by the end of the first session, the first word was go. Every single student could find go on their device. So high or low tech. So that was super exciting. They can be used frequently and for functional communication in the classroom setting. Some of the classrooms, like preschool, we implemented this preschool wide. So we were all working on these words. It provides teams with really well done units that can be utilized, again, early childhood through primary classrooms. And they can easily be turned into synchronous and asynchronous activities during remote learning. And that's what we were doing it in person before COVID, and we just continued right with what we were doing synchronous and asynchronous once we went to remote teaching last year. So these are the Power 16 words. So I just made this, in BoardMaker. So you can make one up in whatever communication system or symbol system that your school, team, student uses. You don't have to make a Power 16 board like this. I had some students who visually more than, a full core board was too much. So we started them with these Power 16 words, but everybody else, we were doing it on their full core board on their communication system. So here's what they are. So this was just something I created just to help me remember the words and take care of a couple of students who just needed less on the page. So Karen Erickson is I'm going to say hero. She's someone I really look up to, and I love the work that she's done. And I love this quote, that it's not our job to make students do anything. We're not going to make them do anything. It's our job to make them want to. And these activities make kids want to learn. So where do you find the material? So Deidre Dobbels has a store on Teachers Pay Teachers called Creative Speech Therapy. The program is free. It includes handouts with modeling ideas. So like the handout you'd send home with the family, this is what we're going to model. And then I would tape that on the door of the classroom. The parents would have it on their clipboard. So whenever they had the moment, they could model it during the day. There is a craft. So my OT heart, I could do AAC and feel like I was still really doing some of those motor skills. There is a song, and I've shared the YouTube channel that has the first, I think, 7 core words that we did last spring, and you'll get to hear me sing. I think in today's video, it's my daughter, so you're lucky, and a book, and they are all in Min Speak symbols. So what I did is little by little, I went through and converted all of the activities to BoardMaker symbols, because that's what most of the students in our district use. So I have the Min Speak for our few who use that, and I have BoardMaker symbols for everybody else. And there's the link to Deidre's store. She's got lots of other things in there too. There's some data sheets, so you can collect some data on these words and go from there. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat today. Okay, so we all talk about when, the way to teach core vocabulary and AAC, and to kind of help students eventually become, autonomous users of their AAC. You have to model. And so again, these 16 words have fun song. Deidre wrote the songs, and they're really cute and catchy, and your whole team will be singing the songs, especially the Go song. The craft is super fun, and you can modify the craft. For kids who can't physically do the activity, they could be giving you some directions about where you put things and do things. And the book and the modeling sheet. So they're all really fun. And again, I'd say in a 20-minute group session, you're going to model these words at least 100 times. And then your whole team is going to leave singing those songs. And I mean, our PT models them. Anybody who is interacting with the kids have the song that we're working on in their head. People would come to my office and be like, what's the song this week? How's it go? Sometimes they'd have to help me figure out how to get it in tune, because I'm a little bit tune deaf. And then the other thing is, some of the staff, especially when we went to asynchronous or to remote learning, we're finding creative ways to model the words in everyday sessions and video lessons. So this is a speech therapist here. I'm going to click on this. We're going to hope everything works.
We can do it. On our core board, we can say it like this.
This is Molly Kraft. She's an amazing speech therapist. And our word this week was help. And so she would make these little videos at home and send out with our little weekly instructions to the preschool families. So I'm going to let you watch this so you can kind of see how you might do it.
Hi everyone, it's Miss Molly, and this week our word of the week is help. And we can say help using lots of different ways. Let's see how we can do it. On our core board, we can say it like this. Help. Help. It's on the front page of our pod book. Help. Help. We can say help using sign language like this. Help. Help. What are some ways that you can help at home? Do you help doing the chores, maybe with the dishes or laundry? Do you help by cleaning your room? Or maybe you help your brother or sister when they don't know how to do something and you can help them? Sometimes you might need help. If you can't figure out how to do something, or if something is too big or too heavy, you can always ask for help. Help? Help. So today we're going to practice lots of different ways to use the word help. Let's go.
She needs help to walk. Can you help me? Yes, I will help you. Come here, Skippy. Come here. Uh-oh. Do you need some help? I like helping you. We are helping each other to make a picture. I like to make pictures.
Oh goodness, here we go. Let's see. All right, so that is, one way that you can, Molly is actually very, very good at making videos. She does some professional photography, so hers always look way better than mine. Yeah, so those are some things that you can do to kind of give lessons at home working on those Power 16 words. Okay, songs. Again, songs are super fun and engaging. Like I said, your entire team will be singing them. So let's hear one of them.
I want more, please, please get me more. I want more, please. Please get me more. What do I want? I want more. I want more. I want more. I want more.
Thanks, Molly, for helping us out with the song. Whoops. Okay, you don't want to hear it again. So you can see how the songs are pretty catchy, and the tune is really catchy. So they're super fun. So I know many of us are doing the book study on comprehensive literacy with Karen Erickson. And so I wanted to kind of apply some of the principles from that book to using these Power of 16 words. So if you wanted to do shared reading, there is the book, which we'll be looking at a book here in a minute. You can add some variety with those words. So I don't know if any of you know about Tar Heel Shared Reader. I think we'll go there quick. So Tar Heel Shared Reader, I'm going to just open this one up because it's what I have here, has the core words here across the bottom. And some of those are the Power 16 words, not all of them. They're from Project Core, from Karen Erickson's work. And so you can, scroll across here to find the word that you want to model, and you can.
Why?
The other thing is this book has not been added, but you can put little comments here. So some of the ones that are in Tar Heel Reader that already have the comments, you could say, look, if you were modeling, look a Z. And then the next page, go. If your word is go, here's a great way to model go. We're going to go from A to Z. Can you help me? So you can see how these really work on that and give you some variety. The other place is Tar Heel Reader. So I know there's a webinar coming up this fall series on Tar Heel Reader and Tar Heel Shared Reader. They have different websites. I definitely would start getting some books like that. The nice thing about these books is they're switch accessible. They can be read to the students, and you can have lots of shared reading where you're making comments. So just a really good way to do that. Teachers Pay Teachers have a lot of core word books. You can just go and search core word books. And so if you were, you can do that. Some are free, some are pretty inexpensive. The other thing is to work together, maybe doing some shared writing and write a book. So you could write our go book, where do you like to go? And then you can publish that. I'm doing a webinar a little later this series on fun ways to publish things, but you could easily put it in a Google slide or PowerPoint. All right, here I am reading one of the books so you can get a sense of what the books are like. Now we are going to read our book about the word eat. Look at this. It looks like there are two friends and they are eating ice cream just like I was earlier. So I am going to use Touch Chat with Word Power. I'm going to use Touch Chat with Word Power today when I am reading. So when you hear the word eat, you're going to look on your AAC device, eat, and you're going to find the word eat. If you can't touch the word eat, your communication, or you don't know that word yet, your communication partner can touch it for you. All right, here we go. Wonder what they're going to be eating. Eat. See if you can find it. You found it. All right, looks like we start with a question. Here's the ice cream truck. I see it. Ice cream truck is, the book says, do you want to eat? I heard it. Let me see if I can find it. Let's say, I want to eat. I want to eat. Oh, now here's the little girl coming up to the ice cream truck. She says, I do. I want to eat. I heard it, did you? Here's the other friend And she says, I do. I want to eat. Oh, she got an ice cream sundae. That looks yummy. We have a third friend. It looks like she's got a fudgesicle. That looks yummy. I like it. She says, I do. I want to eat. I like fudgesicles. I think I would like to eat a fudgesicle this afternoon. Oh, we have a fourth friend. She says, I do. I want to eat. She's got an ice cream cone, a soft serve one. Those are really good. Did you find eat? Oh, you did. You're getting so good at this. They all have their treats and they say, thank you, the end. So that is a sample of the book, so they're fun. If you make your videos or you're doing them in real time, allowing that wait time, allowing people to find it or the communication partner to model it, those are so important. And so just again, fun, engaging, kind of silly. Unfortunately, you're getting to watch most of my eat videos today. I must be hungry. Anyway, my other ones, I was having trouble uploading them. So here, this one, talks, Karen talks a lot about alphabet and phonological awareness. And this is not something that Deidre kind of has in her curriculum, but I kind of, from my OT heart kind of added it. So for each of the words, I did a video where we, and you'll see this one, we would write the word in uppercase letters and we'd write it in lowercase letters, and we would talk about the letter names and the letter sounds. So I just thought this was a really great way to work on those literacy skills as well, that you could just add some more to the program. So here you go again. Now we are going to practice learning to read and write the word eat. Here's our power word, eat. So this is the sheet that comes with all of them. Here are also some ways that you can practice the word eat using lots of words on your core board. Let's start writing and reading. Got my marker, got my choppers out, chop, 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 grab. I'm gonna pull the top off. I'm gonna put it right here just to remind me that I need to hold those fingers down, and I'm gonna rest my marker back here. We're gonna start with capital letters first. E starts at the top. It has a big line down and a little line at the top, a little line at the middle, and a little line at the bottom. It can say E, just like its name, or eh. Okay, the next letter in the word eat is an A. An A is slide down. You're gonna hop back up, slide down, and go across. An A, like E, can also say its name or ah, but in this word, E makes A be quiet. So it's gonna be kind of silly. All right, then T, another letter that starts up at the top and across, and it says T. Can you say T in your head? There we go. So A is gonna make E say its name. It's gonna say eat, eat. Can you say that? Eat, eat. Say it in your head, eat. Can you say it in a whisper voice? Eat. What about a loud voice? Eat. What other crazy voices can you come up with to practice reading and the word eat, eat. Next, we're going to do lowercase letters. So lowercase e lives down here below the line, and you start like you're throwing the baseball, and then you go up and around and run the bases. And we have that letter E, which in eat says its name, E. And then we've got our A, like a magic C. It goes up and then it comes down and bumps the bottom line. And E can say, and A can say A or A, but in this word, it's gonna make the E say its name, E. And then we've got our T, just like the capital T, a big line down, but this time you cross in the middle, T, eat. Can you say that? Eat. Say it in your head, eat. All right, I want you to come up with 2 other ways that you can say eat in some sort of crazy voice in your head. So now we are going to practice learning. There we go. So there's a little bit of kind of how I added my own little twist to the words. Again, I do a lot of, if the kids can write it, they can try to write it, or they can try to make marks on paper. If they can't communicate and say it, they can say it in their head. And so trying to use a lot of the principles that Karen talked about in alphabet and phonemic awareness. So super easy to put in for these power words. Everybody else is learning to read them. We may as well make sure that these our kids with communication difficulties can totally read them like everybody else. So let's talk a little bit about reading comprehension and vocabulary instruction. So the craft, which we'll show here in a minute, it shows the action of the word. So it's really a good way to kind of build some comprehension, because then you're putting something into that. And again, they're super fun and you can do them over and over again. When you're reading, you can ask questions like, I wonder what's going to happen. Do you like that? Oh, look, that's really cool. And that just kind of helps start to build some of those things. The other thing is you can find like regular, books that students would frequently find like in the library that use core words a lot. And this is a great website here. It has 70 picture books to target core vocabulary for AAC. And it actually says what words they target. So great resource. So if you're looking at, okay, we're doing Go this week, so I'm going to, have the parents look at this book, or we're going to get this book on Learning Ally, or kind of whatever you're using to get text material to your students, and then make connections to how the word relates to the student, or how words relate to each other. So a lot of when the books that you use with this program, like Stop and Go, are often in the same book. And Eat and Drink, and they kind of like build on each other. So it goes go, stop, I think it's help and want, and so you'll see the words start turning up more and more in these books that Deidre has created, and make some inferences based on the pictures and the text. Oh wow, his ice cream fell, he's really sad. So just some fun ways to kind of, make it repetitive and add variety, because that variety is, if you just read like this book over and over and over and don't add some variety to it, it's going to get boring like anything else. So these books and this curriculum is a great starting place. I'd say they never get sick of the songs. You might, but add some variety in teaching those words. Self-directed reading. So again, print books, you can adapt them with fluffers or page turners so that they can do that. You can print these books and let them kind of interact with the paper and let them actually be able to touch and hold the books. You can laminate them. You can do, again, like we talked about, all of the Deidre's work is in a PowerPoint format. And so you can have them turn the pages for that. again, we talked about, having other core word books around, make a book in Book Creator using the Tar Heel Reader books. Those are just a great place to, and you can print those Tar Heel shared reader and reader books as well, so that they have a hard copy in addition. So this is my friend Allie, and it is beautiful when it all comes together. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about one of the crafts. So this particular craft was for our word go, and it's super easy, and you can modify it a lot of different ways. So my group did not have really some of them had the motor skills to cut these long strips, and some of them didn't. Going with a switch adapted scissor was going to take like far too long for this. So for Allie's craft, I pre-cut the little roller coaster. So we're making a roller coaster here. And then the activity has little cars with people in it, but my super teacher here made it even more amazing. And she found a roller coaster that she liked and had a picture of each of the kids. And so part of making the craft was putting themselves in the roller coaster. So they, I think Allie is using someone else's roller coaster here, because that's definitely not her. Anyway, so then they just glue. So they put a little dab of glue and glue it down. And if the student can do that, then they can glue their things wherever they want. If they can't, they can tell you where they want them. So you can say, do you want it on the top, the bottom, the left, the right, and use that yes, no head movements if they don't have, other words or other ways to communicate to get their roller coaster where they want. So this was, we had done the group one time, and in the group we always did the book, the song, and then usually the next time we did the craft. It just depended on how much time we had. So sometimes it depended on the craft, honestly. So sometimes we do them all. And I think this one we actually got them all done in the first session. And so here is, oh shoot. Oh, hold on. It's on my desktop because this video was being grumpy. So let me stop sharing for a second. All right, here is my friend Allie, and I promise when this is over, you will be singing this song.
Our go song. I go, 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 and I stop. Stop. I go, 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 go. Yes, go. I go, 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 and I stop. Yes. I go fast. I go slow. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I go up. I go down. I go, 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 go. And I stop. Where's our stop? Where's our stop? Where's our stop? Yay! Our go song.
Okay, so that is when the magic happens, and you can tell she's thrilled, we're thrilled. It was like super, super exciting. So some references and resources. So if you have not been on the Project Core website, definitely get on there. There are some modules on the Project Core website that have quick little like 15-minute trainings on all of the phases of literacy that Karen Erickson talks about. You can also on sharedreader.org, there is a whole training session, and it does all this teaching again in 15-minute little snippets for how to do shared reading and what it really looks like. Last spring, I was able to, in one of my classes, once a week, I got to meet with the paras for an hour, and they would watch we'd pick some training videos. So we might do like 3 training videos, since they were like 15 minutes each. And then we would come together and discuss them and what were our takeaways. And so just a really great couple of places to get some really nice free training. The other one is the practicalaac.org website. It has a ton of activities, so I definitely dig in there. And because you're here listening to this webinar, and I've shared the sample video lessons that I created for it was called Silly AAC Sing-Alongs with Miss Heidi and Hermie, our corgi. And they're, super fun. So we had a good time making those. And then, so the playlist is there. You can, use them. The one thing, the kids love to see you. I mean, you can certainly use my videos. They're a little bit long. They're anywhere from 10 to 14 minutes. And in hindsight, if I would have done it again, I would have broke it into, here's the book, here's the song, here's the craft, here's the writing piece, and done little short 3 or 4 minute videos. But if you want to have like, okay, here's your 20-minute therapy session, here you go. The families can certainly stop them in different places. But if you can just be brave and do your own videos, the kids really love to see you. The other bonus is for the first 8 words, I have done the board maker sheets. And so I've shared the bit.ly with where they are. Board maker and all of my computers are not communicating right now. So I'm waiting for the new upgrade to come out, and then I will eventually get the other 8 added in there. And then if you don't have the Comprehensive Literacy for All by Karen Erickson and David Koffenhaver, I certainly would recommend that. It's like something I pull up in every meeting, and I pull out all the time for ideas. So. And then I just love, this is from the Practical AAC website, Presume Potential and Watch Them Bloom. And if my friend Allie wasn't someone that you got to see bloom, it's pretty exciting. And then I wanted to just see what some of your takeaways were. So I don't think I can have you talk, but if you wanted to type in the chat, what are some things that, do you feel like this is something you'd use? Is there something, what's something you kind of got out of today?
Would you want me to unmute them, Heidi? Because I was told by Andre to have them just be muted so there's no interruptions, but we can unmute them now if you want to ask questions.
Oh, that would be great. If you want to unmute them, that would be great. I wasn't sure if we could do that with the webinar.
All right, I'll just, because they're all not allowed to talk, but I can set that so that they're muted, but they can unmute now.
Perfect. All right. Anybody out there?
Hi, I'm out here. I'm Susanna.
Hi, Susanna.
Hi, I just wrote in the chat box. It's really great ideas for therapy.
Yeah, they're super fun, super easy. I mean, they're prepped for you.
Yeah, it's taken my stress level down a lot because the teletherapy is new to me. Hardly did any at the end of last year. And so this was really helpful.
Good. I'm glad. Like I said, when I went to the